We have collected $233 so far this week selling options, and we have been building up our dividend portfolio. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Isaiah, and in this video we're going to talk about all that we've accomplished this week, as well as our goals for the remainder of the week. If you're new to this channel, this is an income generating account where our goal is to generate $600 every single week. We do this through selling cash secured puts, which means we're agreeing to buy a stock for a predetermined price. We do it through selling covered calls, which means we're agreeing to sell a stock for a predetermined price. And then finally, we do it through collecting dividends from our high yield fund, ULTY, which we're pretty much doing daily buys on right now. But before we talk about ULTY, let's first take a look at the account. We're at $61,000 today. And as I say in a lot of my videos, I do not pay much attention to that amount. My goal is to continuously generate income. What the stock market is doing doesn't really bother me too much. So let's take a look at our trade history here and our options. And we have collected $233 from 3 positions this week. We sold a cash secured put on MSOS for $4.50. That means we're agreeing to buy that stock for $4.50 per share, and every option contract is 100 shares. So we got paid $90 for that. We got paid $80 when we sold a put on Peloton for $7.50. And finally, we sold a $12 put on TSLL and collected $63 from that. So we are getting paid just to agree to buy a stock for a predetermined price. Not a bad gig. It's basically like you're going shopping and you're getting paid to do so. I love selling cash secured puts. I think it's the best way to generate income. And I do want to give a quick shout out. I have Premium Generals membership. It's $10 a month. Posting videos on there on selling options, as well as going over some of the trades I make. Any trade that I do make, I put in there. And then I also have a more in-depth customized course on Fiverr, teach you how to sell options, and we'll talk a little bit more in-depth one-on-one coaching in there. But both those links will be in the description below. Now let's talk about ULTY. So make sure you watch yesterday's video where I talked about selling my YMAX shares and talked about selling my YMAX and MRNY shares to get up to 4,007 shares of ULTY. Tomorrow, they announce their payouts. Let me know in the comments below, what are we thinking? Are we thinking 10 cents a share? Are we thinking 9 cents a share? I'm going in with a guess of 0.98. So I'm thinking 9.8 cents per share. That's my guess. I would love a 10 cent per share, but you know, 9 point and some change is fantastic for me. Again, we have 4,000 shares. So if we were to get paid that 10 cent dividend payout, we would have $400, which I'm going to take that $400 payout and I'm going to reinvest it into SMCY and TSYY. Those are my head hunchers right now for what I'm going to do with the funds. I still am going to buy ULTY pretty much daily, but very small amounts. So right here, I bought 2 shares today, and I know people say, oh, that's nothing. Why even waste the time? It builds up. It will add up over time, little bits at a time, okay? I'm going to continue to buy in. Plus, we're up today. The market, went up from like 570 something to 580. Tomorrow, we might come back down to 560. That'd be great. I'd buy more shares there. So the price of this ETF does not bother me that much. I know people are continuously checking it, watching which way it's going. This is an income-generating ETF. It is not going to shoot up to $10. That is not the purpose of this ETF. It's to generate income. So I always try to reiterate that point on this particular call out because a lot of people are invested in it, and I think they think, oh, I'm going to get paid huge dividends and it's going to be a growth stock. I could be completely wrong, everybody. This is not financial advice. This is my personal opinion, but I'm trying to keep it real on here. This ETF is probably now going to trade between 575 and 6. I don't foresee it shooting above 650. I think 650 is probably the highest it'll get to. which again, that's fine for me. This is an income generator. I'm going to continue to buy a few shares at a time. It'll help to lower my dollar cost average. It'd be awesome to get that below $6. Shout out to a couple of people I saw have a $5.80 cost average and like 10,000 shares. That's amazing. But I'm still going to continue to buy ULTY. I'm not going to buy it in the high volume I've been buying it at, but I'm still going to continue to buy it. So, like I said, let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are on our payouts for tomorrow, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. YieldMax usually puts that out there, sometimes 7:30, but I'm hoping for a 7 a.m. Info so I can take a look with excitement what will get paid on Friday. Every week goes by so fast now that these YieldMax funds exist because you're like, oh man, I can't wait till Wednesday to find out what we're going to get paid out on Friday. So it's a lot of fun. But let me know in the comments below, like I said, what you think your payout's going to be, and if I'm making a mistake on taking the ULTY income and putting it toward TSYY and SMCY. Like I said, I don't want to just reinvest all that $400 or maybe $350, whatever it is. I don't want to invest all of that right back into ULTY. I want to spread it out a little bit, get a little bit more diversification. Ideally, what I want is I would like 4 monthly pairs, 4 different monthly pairs, and I want them to line up so that they get paid each week. So that way I have ULTY every week along with a monthly pair, and then selling options a little bit. And when we get to that point, then our weekly goal is going to go from $600 per week to $700 a week. When we start to make $350 a week just on ULTY, and then another $150 a week or so on another dividend payer, then definitely going to get us up to $700 a week in selling options, which I expect us to be there right around the $70,000 mark, and $70,000 account, but we could get there long before then. We'll see what happens. If we have a down market and a flat market, then the account value is going to look lower because as an option seller, I don't own that many shares of anything. Everything I own is ULTY right now. Otherwise, this account is full of options. I mean, just look at this. And 919, I probably have 65 contracts expiring 919. So I'm definitely not going to roll them all that week. I'll probably roll some the week before the week of the 12th, just so I can kind of divide that out, so I don't roll all of them that week and make $1,000 that week with no new moves type thing. But overall, green market on the day, bought 2 more shares of ULTY. We've already hit $233 in options premium. I expect us to at least between MSTY, which again we have 56 shares, I'm expecting about $50 from there, and I'm expecting about $350 from ULTY, which would give me $400 there, which would put me at $633 for the week. So again, for the 32nd week in a row, I expect us to hit our goal. So with that being said, I appreciate each and every one of you. And, just truly fantastic. And I love that we're doing this journey together. I love the comments. I love the questions. I love the discussions. But with that being said, I'll see you in the next one.